Have you ever walked out of a store with something you didn't plan to buy, or agreed to a favor you later regretted? It's not just you, we've all been there. It often feels like magic, but what if I told you it's actually science? Today, we're diving deep into a game-changing book that pulls back the curtain on persuasion. Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion by Dr. Robert Cialdini. This book isn't just for salespeople or marketers. It's for anyone who wants to understand why we say yes and how to protect ourselves from being manipulated. By the end of this video, you'll have a powerful new lens through which to see the world. So grab a notepad because we're about to unlock the 6 universal principles of influence that secretly guide our decisions every single day. Let's start with the first and perhaps most powerful weapon of influence: reciprocity. The rule is simple. We feel obligated to give back to others the form of behavior, gift, or service that they have given to us first. Think about it. When a friend buys you lunch, you feel a natural urge to get the next one. When someone at the office helps you with a project, you're more than willing to return the favor. This is a deeply ingrained social rule. Cialdini shares examples like the Hare Krishna Society, who saw donations skyrocket when they started giving people a gift like a flower before asking for money. People felt compelled to give something back. Even a free sample at the supermarket isn't just about letting you taste the product. It's triggering your reciprocity instinct, making you more likely to buy the full-sized item. The key takeaway here is that this feeling of indebtedness can be exploited. So the next time someone gives you an unsolicited gift right before asking for something, pause and ask yourself, is this a genuine act of kindness or is it a compliance tactic? Recognizing the difference is the first step to making a decision based on merit, not on a feeling of obligation. Next up is the principle of commitment and consistency. We have a nearly obsessive desire to be and to appear consistent with what we have already done. Once we make a choice or take a stand, we will encounter personal and interpersonal pressures to behave consistently with that commitment. Cialdini explains how this works with the foot-in-the-door technique. A salesperson might first ask you to sign a petition for a cause you agree with. A small, easy commitment. A week later, they come back and ask for a donation. Because you've already publicly committed to the cause, you're much more likely to donate to remain consistent with your previous action. Toy companies even use this during the holidays. They'll understock a popular, heavily advertised toy. Parents promise their kids that toy but can't find it. So they buy other, less desired toys to put under the tree. Then, in January, the ads for the original popular toy reappear. The parents, to remain consistent with their initial promise, go out and buy that toy too. This principle shows us the power of our own words and actions. Making small, seemingly insignificant commitments can lock us into a course of action we might not have chosen otherwise. Be mindful of the small yeses you give. The third principle is a big one: social proof. This is the idea that we view a behavior as more correct in a given situation to the degree that we see others performing it. When we're uncertain, we look to those around us for cues on how to act. It's why sitcoms use laugh tracks. The sound of others laughing makes the jokes seem funnier. It's why bartenders put a few of their own dollars in the tip jar at the beginning of the night to make it look like other people are already tipping. Online, this is everywhere. We look at the number of followers, the reviews on Amazon, the likes on a post. We trust the wisdom of the crowd, but this can be dangerous. Cialdini highlights the bystander effect, where in an emergency, if no one else is reacting, we assume it must not be an emergency, leading to tragic inaction. Social proof is a useful shortcut, but it's not foolproof. The crowd can be wrong, and sometimes it can be manipulated with fake reviews or manufactured buzz. Always try to pair social proof with your own critical thinking. Now let's talk about the fourth principle: liking. It's no surprise that we are more likely to be influenced by people we know and like. But what makes us like someone? Cialdini breaks it down into a few key factors. First, physical attractiveness. Research shows we automatically assign traits like talent, kindness, and intelligence to good-looking individuals. Second is similarity. We like people who are similar to us in terms of opinions, personality traits, background, or lifestyle. Salespeople are often trained to find common ground with you, whether it's a shared hobby or hometown. Third, compliments. We are suckers for flattery, even when we suspect it might not be genuine. And finally, familiarity through repeated contact. We develop a preference for things and people that are familiar to us. This is why a political candidate's name being plastered everywhere can increase their votes even if people know nothing about their policies. The danger here is that we can mistake the likability of the messenger for the merit of the message. It's crucial to separate the two. Ask yourself, would I agree to this if it were coming from someone I didn't like? Our fifth principle of influence is authority. We are trained from birth to believe that it is right to obey authority figures. Parents, teachers, doctors, police officers, we defer to their judgment. This deference is often a smart shortcut, as these figures usually possess greater knowledge and wisdom. However, it also makes us vulnerable to the symbols of authority, not just the substance. Cialdini points to three powerful symbols: titles, clothes, and fancy cars. An actor playing a doctor in a commercial can influence our health decisions simply because he is wearing a white lab coat. People are more likely to follow a jaywalker across the street if that person is wearing a well-tailored business suit versus casual clothes. This automatic deference can be exploited. The infamous no-gram experiment showed how far people would go in obeying an authority figure, even when it meant causing harm to others. The lesson is to be aware of the power of authority. When confronted by an expert, ask yourself, is this person truly an expert in this specific field? What are their credentials? And just as importantly, are they trustworthy? Finally, we arrive at the sixth principle, scarcity. The idea that opportunities seem more valuable to us when their availability is limited. This is the engine behind limited time offers, only a few left in stock, and exclusive deals. The thought of potential loss is a powerful motivator. Cialdini explains that this works for two main reasons. First, we use an item's availability as a shortcut to judge its quality. If it's rare or hard to get, we assume it must be good. Second, as things become less available, we lose freedoms. And we hate to lose the freedoms we already have. This is known as psychological reactance. When something is banned or censored, our desire for it often increases. Think of the Streisand effect, where trying to suppress information only makes it spread more widely. When you feel yourself being rushed into a decision by the pressure of scarcity, take a step back. The joy is in experiencing the item or service, not just in possessing it. Ask yourself, if this item were plentiful, would I still want it just as much? This simple question can help you distinguish between genuine desire and the artificial urgency created by scarcity. So there you have it, the 6 weapons of influence from Dr. Robert Cialdini's masterpiece, Reciprocity. Commitment and consistency, social proof, liking, authority, and scarcity. These aren't just abstract theories. They are active forces shaping your decisions every single day, from the products you buy to the beliefs you hold. Understanding them isn't about becoming a master manipulator yourself. It's about becoming a more discerning consumer, a more thoughtful citizen, and a more self-aware individual. It is about being able to recognize when a genuine request is being made versus when a compliance professional is using a tactic against you. By learning this psychological judo, you can deflect these attempts and ensure your yes is a conscious choice, not an automatic reaction. I highly recommend reading Influence for yourself to get all the rich details and fascinating studies. It truly is a book that will change the way you see the world and interact with others. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this summary helpful and want to learn more about the psychology behind our daily lives, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into life-changing books. What was your biggest takeaway from these 6 principles? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Stay curious, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next video.